So I do want to segue to this. So Aaron Rodgers, that bad man, as
Oh,
Stephen A.
bad.
would put it. They had a 42-24 win over the Raiders, which was actually a pretty competitive game at first. But Aaron Rodgers took it up a notch. His defense took it up a notch, and they took off. They won 42-24, and so the question has to be asked with somebody like Aaron Rodgers with that elite talent. Did he insert himself into the MVP conversation against the Raiders?
Okay, for this topic since last night. Yes. I mean, I believe he always was, but then the media kind of portrayed him in like a bad. I want to say bad light, but they didn't give him enough credit. These past few games, they've been playing really, really good. Even if it wasn't him throwing for a bunch of stats, as a great QB, you got to know when to let your run game to take over, things like that. But with last night, he played impeccable. That was probably the best game we're gonna see all season. Um, and with the schedule for the rest of the season is looking like he can probably win MVP. Some pretty easy schedule. Look, he got the Chiefs without Patrick. That's gonna be a win. The Chargers. I don't know what's going on. Then he got the Panthers without Cam. Sure, they got Chris McCaffrey, but
You don't think
I don't know
Kyle
if that's
Allen
gonna be
can get it
enough.
done?
Nah, that's not gonna be enough to beat this Packers team. Then their only real test of the season is gonna be the 49ers, and
Oh,
I'm not too
they
sold on them yet.
you're not.
I
I
have to
mean,
see
they
more.
got they
I
got
have
a
to see
stinker
more.
on defense, man. They got Bosa,
Yeah,
which I told you. I told you going into the season, Bosa was going to be a better prospect than Quinnen Williams. Has Quinnen Williams
yeah.
played bad? I don't think so. But Bosa's playing at such an elite level. I told you he could stay if he could stay healthy, he's going to be an elite player. And also they have studs on that defensive line all across the board. So I definitely think that you gotta buy into the 49ers, man, whenever you have a good defense. But go ahead.
Okay, I respect that. But yeah, then they got the Giants, the Redskins, the down Bears team, Vikings, and Lions. So I feel like he's going to lead his team to probably 11-5, 12-4. Um, his stats so far: completion percentage almost 65%, over 2,000 yards, 13 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 8 yards per attempt. His QBR is at a 63. That's why I'm not too high in the QBR. 13 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I'll take that over 63% QBR. I don't really care about that. It takes into account throwaways, all that stuff like that. Um, so I can really see him leading his team to, like I said, 11-5, 12-4, throwing for almost 4,000 yards. As always, probably have a maximum 5 interceptions, close to like 30 touchdowns. A typical season. Um, but yeah, the schedule for him is looking pretty easy. He's been playing great as always. So I mean, it's not really too much to say about it. I guess he's just gonna. I feel like he's probably tied for first right now with
Mm,
Russell Wilson.
mm,
That's what I feel.
I don't know about all that. I can't say that he's tied for first with Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, despite having a little bit of a poor
That
game against the
game.
Ravens, I still think he's towards the top. I still think you have to put Pat Mahomes up there, and you gotta put my boy Deshaun Watson. You gotta put him up
Deshaun.
there. Come on, man.
Eh,
But
he's close. He's close.
I definitely agree. I think that he definitely proved some people wrong and has definitely inserted himself into the conversation. I mean, the dude threw 25 of 31, had a
That's
perfect
great.
passer rating, had 429 yards, 5 touchdowns with a rushing touchdown. And I don't know if y'all have been noticing, but the Raiders are actually a decent team. I could
Mm-hmm.
not, I never expected that to happen this season. I thought that the Raiders, once all that junk, all that foolishness that happened with Antonio Brown. I thought they were going to be dead in the water, maybe have 3 wins total. They've already won 3 games. They're 3-4. And up until about halftime, when Derek Carr just decided to throw the ball out the back of the end zone, they were competing with the Packers. All right, so I definitely think that Aaron Rodgers has proven himself again. I mean, I didn't even think he really needed to. I think he was playing well pretty much the entire season. But people just like to hate on him for some reason. I mean, you do look at the throwaways, but you have to appreciate him not wanting to always, throw it up recklessly and him just getting it out of bounds and living towards the next day. I can tell you, as a Clemson fan, with the way that Trevor Lawrence has played in this, and we'll get into this later, I would love for him to start throwing the ball away sometimes. This man just wants to chuck it up against every coverage. I would love for him to be more like Aaron Rodgers, where he takes, what the defense gives him and also just throws the ball away if he doesn't have a play, because you live until the next day. All right, you really only need to force the ball up in situations where it is necessary, which is in tight ball games when you need a play. But if you don't need the play, just throw it away if there's any risk. So I definitely think that he's been hated on a little bit too much. But I wouldn't put him near the top yet, but he definitely can reach the top if he continues to play the way he's playing, getting more used to that Matt LaFleur, as Stephen A. would say it, offense. With him getting used to it, I definitely think we will see more games close to this. And definitely, I think they could go better than 12-4. I definitely think they're one of the top teams in the NFC. They got a defense now. They have a running game for once, which he almost never has a great defense or a great run game, unlike Tom Brady. But nobody wants to talk about that. But Aaron Rodgers, I'm never going to knock a man for having a rushing attack and having a passing game, unless you're trying to compare other quarterbacks to, and say, oh, Tom Brady's much better. Well, you do have to take into account that he did have a running game and a defense. So I will bring it up in conversations like that, but I'm never going to knock a man for that, which it seems like some people were in the beginning of the season. I think he was playing great, even maybe not in the Bears game, but that was the first game in that offense. So I definitely think he's improved. I think the Cowboys game was really where he started to pick it up. Maybe even against the Eagles, you could say, but he did throw that game-ending interception, which definitely cost them the game. But I definitely think he can get into that top level. But he's not there yet, so we'll see how the season progresses, and we'll see how he tends to improve.
Yep, we'll have to see.
All right. If you like the video, hit that like button. If you want more content like this, subscribe to the channel. We will be doing podcasts every Monday and Friday. So if you want more content like this, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload or stream. Okay.